In our studios is Assistant Director of the Spicewood Volunteer Fire Department and the EMS. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bart Steele.
Hello.
You know, we've been talking about you, Bart. With a name like that, you should have became a professional wrestler.
I've been told that once or twice before.
Yeah, it was a great name, Bart Steele. Well, it's time for the 22nd Annual Spicewood VFD EMS and Auxiliary Destruction Derby, and that's always a big event in Spicewood. It's probably one of the biggest things that happens in that area.
It is. We actually we've been told one of the larger derbies in Central Texas now. It's one of our main fundraisers for the year.
Yeah.
Isn't it neat to think back at how it all started, and it started kind of, just like 5-10, I guess, do we call them racers, even though they're not racing?
Yeah, they're racing. They're trying to
They're wreckers.
Racing wreckers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now look at it. I mean, it's just gotten so huge, and it's always so much fun.
Oh, we have a blast putting it on. It's a little bit of work, but we have a lot of fun doing it in the process.
Now, you said that it is one of the biggest fundraisers, so the money that's raised, it goes for the EMS and the Volunteer Fire Department?
Yeah, we put it back into our equipment, training, and updating various needs.
All right, sounds good. Now, you've got a pretty big payoff for this things, too, because there's several divisions. I see the men's, the women's, and the compact cars. And, of course, the women are going to complain because first place for the men's is $1,000 and first place for the women is $600. All right, now I'm going to stand up for the women here. Why'd you do that?
Power is above my head.
Good answer.
Yeah, it needs to be equal. Talk about that in the future, all right? Now, there is rain in the forecast, and the event is scheduled for this Saturday starting at 6 o'clock. You're going to open the gates at 4. But what if it does rain?
We just moved to the next Saturday, same times.
Okay.
All right, so rain date is the 27th then. Okay.
Now, it's interesting, too, because the Destruction Derby is actually held at the VFW.
Right behind the fire department.
The fire department, yeah.
It's an area typically we use for landing zones for helicopter.
Oh, okay.
We just have the county come out and help us convert it.
Yeah.
So you bring in the
track.
bleachers.
Bleachers are in position. We've been fortunate the last several years. We actually built our own bleachers.
Yeah.
So it's less hauling the bleachers, just a matter of moving them around.
Right.
And the county helps us move them around and dig the ditches and move the blocks in place.
Okay, we're talking to Bart Steele. He's the Assistant Director of the Spicewood VFD and the EMS there about their 22nd Annual Spicewood Destruction Derby that is going on this weekend. Now, you're going to do it there at the hall, behind the hall there where you normally have the helicopters and stuff landing. How many people normally show up for this event?
Typically, we estimate around 4,500 to 5,000 people come out to this thing.
Yeah, it's
It's pretty much, if you don't get there early, it's standing room only.
Wow. Now, do you know how many cars you've got entered this year?
I believe we have a total of about 12 to 15 cars pre-registered.
Okay. Yeah.
Most drivers wait till the day of.
Yeah.
Because they'll get their car running Friday night and go, okay, we're good to go.
Yep.
And they come on up there. They're waiting until the last minute to make sure their car runs.
So you're going to have more, you're sure?
Oh, definitely.
On an average, what did you have last year? How many cars?
Last year, I think total we had 25 cars total.
Okay, good.
Sweet.
Now, when I love watching the destruction derbies, and it always amazes me that some of these old clunkers can continue to go and go and go before they end up. But on an average, how long does one of the, you can't call it a race, but one of the destruction derbies, how long does it last in each one of the divisions?
It can last up to 15 to 20 minutes sometimes. Depends on the drivers. You have your more experienced drivers versus your run-of-the-mill, we call them redneck racers. They just can't go after it.
Yeah.
And they don't last quite as long. So they're more experienced drivers.
Yeah. And what happens to the cars after they're all torn up in this event?
The drivers take them off, and it's their issue then.
Really?
a lot of times they'll rebuild if it's not too bad, right?
So we have lots of times, we have on average about a third of the cars were raced the years before.
Right.
Now, you mentioned the redneck racers. If the redneck racers are listening and they want to sign up, is there any rules or regulations that they've got to
Yes,
have?
you can go on our, actually the quickest way to get there is our Facebook page. And there should be a link on there to get to the rules, or our website, which is a link on our Facebook page also. You get to the website, and the full set of rules are on there for interior, exterior, and driver's rules.
Okay.
Gotcha. And we'll have links to that, too, by the way, on our Facebook page and website, too.
And if they want to sign up, like you were just saying, well, a lot of them show up at the last minute. Can they just show up, or do they need to sign up in advance?
No, they can show up the day of.
Wow. Wow.
So we start registering cars, I believe, at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Inspection.
Now,
Is there a deadline on that day, like past 4?
If you're not there, but you're not there about, typically we have a driver's meeting at 5:45. And if your car's not there, or the driver's not there, attend that meeting and paid, by then you're usually too late.
All right, okay. That's good.
all
to
right,
know.
and there's going to be 3 divisions, y'all. There's going to be men's, women's, and compact car divisions. You can win cash. Price is up to $1,000. Only $600 for the ladies. I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with that. But y'all get out there, and remember, if it rains it out, it's going to be a week from Saturdays when they're going to hold it, and the gates open at 4. You're going to have food and drinks
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah.
too.
Food, drink, yes, you have food, hamburgers, hot dogs, not hamburgers, I'm sorry, hot dogs, chopped beef, drinks, sodas, Gatorade.
You're making me hungry.
I tell you too, and the auxiliary, they know how to cook.
Yes.
I tell you, the chopped beef is so good. But yeah, come hungry because you'll get some mighty tasty tidbits.
Well, that's
there.
the thing about fire departments, too. Y'all cook your own food, and it's always good. I've been to several fire departments, and y'all always eat well.
Yes,
you
we do.
really do. But remember now, everybody, the 22nd Annual Spicewood Destruction Derby going on this weekend. All the proceeds benefit the VFD and the EMS and Spicewood, so y'all get out there and help. Hey, Bart, good to talk to you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck. I hope y'all have a big turnout, and I'm sure you will.
Oh, yeah.